what minister is saying, it is to curb the exploitation of the migrant workers around which is associated with post study employer assisted visa, जिसमें ये कहा जा रहा है, I just want to remind you that these are proposed changes, ये अभी implement नहीं हुए हैं, but there will be consultation. So it is really important for you to understand how these changes are going to impact you, how these changes are going to affect you, because you are the one who are going to vote on that consultation. Is that right?
Exactly. So in with the process, इसमें फिलहाल ये जो proposed changes है वो ये stage पे है that the immigration minister has made 5 proposals in general. और these proposals have come in a way of consultation. मतलब इसमें basically ये जो consultation है ये 29 जून 5 PM तक open है, जिसमें what they'll do is they'll take the feedback and once they start getting the feedback or once they have enough data, they will be sort of taking those feedbacks into consideration, and they're likely to announce these changes on somewhere in August. So basically ये जो पूरा process है इसमें जो 5 proposed changes है उसमें से जो सबसे बड़ा change है वो ये है कि they're thinking of getting rid of the employer assisted visa, post study employer assisted visa, for the reasons that you mentioned. One of the main reasons why they're thinking of doing that is because post study employer assisted visa का जो main criteria था, one of the main criteria was to have your studies relevant to your work relevant to your studies. Now what immigration discovered in the recent past is that a lot of employers are trying to, or they try to fabricate the data or the job description based on the studies that the student has completed.
Yes.
And as a result, there was some sort of exploitation witnessed. And what now they're saying is they want to focus on higher education and high quality education rather, and they want to accredit or they want to benefit those who come here to do a degree level course and still help the ones who do the non-degree level course, but they may only be getting the 1-year visa.
When we say degree level, what does that mean?
Okay, so degree level, if you check the NZQA, has 4 categories. The very first category is the bachelor degree, comparable to level 7, which is at least 360 credit points. इसके बाद आता है bachelor's degree with honors, फिर आता है masters और फिर आता है doctorate. So a lot of students who are here to do, let's say, a level 7 graduate diploma course or a postgraduate level 8 course is not considered a degree level course. They're considered diploma level courses. So काफ़ी सारे students यहाँ पे है जो 1 साल का course करने के लिए आए, either level 7 or level 8. जो unfortunately, if these proposed changes come into place, then those would not be considered degree level courses.
Even level 8.
Level 8 1 year है तो वो degree level course नहीं है. So basically their emphasis by looking at these proposed changes is actually on the duration of the studies. So what they want is they want people to study for at least 2 years at a degree or higher level. If they have that, then chances are that they'll get a 3 years open search visa. तो इनके लिए अच्छी बात ये होगी कि जो degree level courses करता है उसके लिए the relevance factor is no longer in place.
So when degree level courses, I understood from what you said, but does that imply to a particular field or particular trade of the courses, or is it for everybody? Like,
no, it is.
Because specific questions that we got from our readers and viewers also regarding कि क्या ये सिर्फ business जो लोग पढ़ते हैं उनके लिए है या एक specific trade के लिए है या सभी के लिए apply होते हैं?
I think what see, I'll first go through the proposed changes. जो पहला change है वो ये है कि उनको post study employer assisted visa को निकालना है.
How will that work? I am trying to understand how will that work. So does that mean कि लोगों को जितने भी 2 या 3 साल का open job search visa मिलेगा?
This is what I think will happen, because वहाँ पे जो proposal 3 है और proposal 4 है उसके अंदर ये बताया जा रहा है that those who do a degree level course are entitled for a 3-year open search visa. अब इसके लिए employment की requirement है या नहीं है, we don't know as yet, but there is quite a good chance that शायद ना भी हो.
So basically
क्या होगा that those who have done a level 7 non-degree level course or below will be entitled for a 1-year work visa, just like they are right now. But उसके बाद the post-study employer assisted visa that they used to get, अगर उनको relevant field में job मिलती है तो वो शायद वो अप्लाई नहीं कर पाएंगे जो 2 साल का वीज़ा होता है एम्प्लॉयर, आई मीन 1 साल के वीज़ा के बाद. If let's say they want to continue their employment, तो फिर उनको शायद essential skills visa के लिए अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. So that is again labor market tested, मतलब वहाँ पे कंपनी को ऐड देना पड़ेगा. A lot of employer are not willing to do those things.
Yeah, I mean even Sandeep ji from our team who's been writing articles on this, आज ही उन्होंने एक आर्टिकल इस चीज़ पे भी लिखा है. क्या इससे लगता है कि इससे शायद exploitation ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी, क्योंकि after those 3 years of those visas, open job search visa, they will ultimately have to go to essential skill, जहाँ पर जाकर उन्हें और ज़्यादा मुश्किलों का सामना करना ही पड़ेगा, जहाँ पे उनको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा कि लेबर मार्केट टेस्ट से गुजरना पड़ेगा. What do you think? I think इससे I'm confused कि इससे शायद exploitation और बढ़ जाए.
I think see अभी मेरे हिसाब से जो immigration का जो अभी फ़िलहाल stance है, that stance is to have a good value over volume. So basically they know that they will be losing a lot of international students because of this change, अगर implement होता है तो. But जो degree level courses करने आएंगे उनका qualification level overall बढ़ जाएगा. Now if you check the current residency criteria, उसके अंदर जो level 7 या level 8 के courses करते हैं, अगर उनके पास 2 साल का experience होता है, then in most cases they are able to reach 160 points, which is the current threshold. So hoping that ये सब जो degree level courses है या जो higher level के courses है, उसके कारण if they are getting more points from education, at the end of 3 years when they are thinking about applying for a SMC, which is skilled migrant category residency, तो hopefully at the end of the second year, because ये 3 साल का visa है, so hopefully at the end of the second year, अगर points are still the same, which is 160, शायद उनके बन जाएंगे, and then they get 1 year time to apply for the residency. Although their criteria, which is that they want people to come here to study and not to work out the way to pathway to residency. That's the main reason, apart from the exploitation that they want to stop this. So basically what they are trying to distinguish now is the people who want to come here for study, comes here for studying, and people who want to come here on a migration pathway, or they want to apply for residency or something, chooses something or has a qualification from the ATSSL list, which is the long term short skill list.
Right. So देखा जाए तो दोनों तरफ से फ़ायदा भी है और नुकसान भी है, प्रोज भी है, कॉन्स भी हैं. जो लोग अच्छी स्टडी कर रहे हैं, जिनका फोकस स्टडी पे है, और एंड दे आर लकी टू गेट जॉब्स इन देयर ओन फील्ड, दे आर इन गुड पोजीशन because they are safe from exploitation, at least for those 3 years, and I think there's a good chance for them to qualify for residency, make 160 points, and otherwise I think जो लोग qualify नहीं कर पाएंगे वो आई थिंक ऐसी कैटेगरी में आ जाएगा जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा हाई क्वालिफिकेशंस के लिए नहीं आए हैं या जो बहुत ज़्यादा स्किल्ड नहीं हैं, तो उनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा टफ हो जाएगा. आई थिंक काफ़ी ज़्यादा ऐसे माइग्रेंट्स इंडिया से भी आते हैं और बाकी कंट्रीज से भी आते हैं जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा हाई लेवल एजुकेशन नहीं यहाँ पर लेते हैं, एंड दे डोंट हैव एनी पर्टिकुलर सेट ऑफ स्किल्स which are required by this country.
Absolutely.
So they will have to struggle a lot.
Absolutely, but if you pay attention to the proposal 3 that they have, or proposal 4 if I'm not mistaken, उसमें ये लिखा है that people who are undertaking studies which is non-degree level and which is level 7 or below, they will encourage those people to do or take up a degree level study, maybe by the way of extending the studies or something, so that at the end of that end result, which is the last study that they complete, they may be able to apply for a 3-year visa. So ऐसा नहीं है कि they're actually just trying to cut off all those students who are not into the degree level courses. They may have some provisions for these students who can convert their non-degree level courses to a degree level courses by studying something more. So those are the 3 changes. But इसके अलावा जो और एक change वो लोग लाने की सोच रहे हैं, that is to do with the partners. So now basically अब तक ये है कि if you are doing a level 8 course, then you can call your partner on a partnership based work visa, if you fulfill the partnership requirements. अगर level 8 के नीचे का course है, then you have to be doing a course which is on the LTSSL list, right? So up until now, the current settings say that either you are doing a course which is below level 8 but it's in the LTSSL list, or you're doing a level 8 course which is level 8 or higher course, so that you can call your partner on a partnership based work visa. Now the changes that they are trying to implement is that the courses, any courses below level 9, below level 10, not even level 9.
Level 10?
Level 10.
That's the highest level of study here.
Yes, exactly. So if you are enrolled in a course up until level 9, and if your course is not in the LTSSL list, then they may not be eligible for a partnership-based work visa. So अगर partner को बुलाना है, then there is a possibility, let's say that even if you're doing a level 9 masters, for example, and if that course is, let's say, not in the LTSSL list, for that occupation, right, then your partner may only be able to come on a partnership-based visitor's visa. So it then becomes very hard for the students to cope up with the living costs.
Because currently as well, partnership visa is not that easy.
It's not, no.
And people are struggling a lot to get their partners here. But with that, what you just said, I think level 10 के लिए courses बहुत ही कम आते हैं. PhD जो लोग करते हैं बहुत कम students हैं. Number of students from India who come to do PhD or level 10 study here. I think it's a very
it's a competitive market. So जो level 10 का student है उसके लिए they have a lot of choices. They have a choice to go to US, they have a choice to go to Australia, they have a choice to come to New Zealand.
It's not like कि यहाँ की study का level बहुत ज़्यादा high है as compared to the fee that they have to pay. Obviously they'll have to study in the universities, and we all know how much international students are being charged in यहाँ की universities में. तो I think उसके लिए तो they have a lot of options. They might not be willing to come to New Zealand. Well, that's for us to see. पर ये जो changes हैं ये implement होंगे अगर इनके ऊपर सरकार को जो बहुमत हम कह सकते हैं मिलेगा, तो उसके लिए जो consultation में है अभी currently ये जो proposed changes हैं उसके लिए आपको अपना वोट करना उसके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है. You must have your say on these. If you think that these changes are in your benefit or are, if you are happy with those changes, vote for it. If you're not happy, vote against it. If you visit our website, हमारे website पे आज ही एक article upload हुआ है, उसमें आपको link जो है उस page का मिल जाएगा जहाँ पर जाकर आप जो अपना where you can have your say and tell government what you want and what you don't. So it is very important, guys. Please do go there and have your say.
Just one more thing adding to that. So I'd read that consultation और इसमें आपको जिस तरह से feedback देना है. So what they want, if you want to provide a feedback, is you have to be specific to the proposal that you are against or for. So let's say that if you're against proposal number 1, for example, which is to eliminate all the post-study employer assisted visa at all levels, right? Then you say that you're for it or you're against it. If you're against it, then say why.
Okay.
So if you're not happy with the decisions that are in proposal, then you also have to give them a logical reason as to why you feel that they're not
it can't be just because it doesn't suit
just
me
because I don't like it.
I
want to say no, but you have to say what are the repercussions if you say no, or if you say yes.
There has to be a logical explanation for your answer. If you're answering no, like if you don't support the proposals, then you have to give a logical explanation as well. But I think it's you must give it a go, and you must visit the website and have your say. At least then you won't be able to say that these changes are against us or we don't support it. And it is very important, guys. So do go there, visit the website and have your say. Just before moving ahead to the next topic that we're going to discuss, I want to take one question that we've got here in the live video from Janak Gupta. Is it applicable to the new students or is it applicable to the existing students as well?
That's a good point, Janak. So normally जब immigration changes announce करते हैं, तो what happens is they have a cut-off date. So anyone who is here or whose application is under process prior to that cut-off date, the old rule still applies to that person. Now normally this is the case. अब ये changes में the current applications and the current students who are already here, are they get grandfathered or not is something that we don't know yet. But I was watching one of the interviews of
the
immigration minister.
Yeah, I think even in our interview also, he said the same thing, that it won't be fair on the students who are already here.
So I from those cues, I'm trying to. I mean, it's a very good chance that it doesn't impact or apply to the students who are already here,
because they were brought here on a promise to pathway to residence.
Exactly.
So we are assuming right now, we can only assume that that might not apply to the existing students. So there is still hope. But if we don't know what is going to come in the August when the new rules are going to be implemented. So if you are still waiting just like that to apply your application to apply for residency or further visa, we would suggest that do it before August when the rules are going to be implemented, so that you are not affected by the new rules. Well, that was a very heavy discussion, I would say, and there is still a lot to talk about these rules, these changes, because
Absolutely.
सभी को confusion रहता है जब भी नए rules आते हैं कि ये हमारे support में है या हमारे against हैं, किसको फ़ायदा होगा, किसको नुकसान होगा.
Exactly.
We will keep bringing these updates, so stay tuned to our page, and we will keep you giving updates on the new rules, whatever is coming related to immigration in this market. So moving ahead to the topic that we're going to discuss today is work to residence. Work to residence is a visa that I think people have a lot of misconceptions about. They don't understand, quite a few people don't understand how they can benefit from this visa.
Sure.
So to start with, please tell us what this visa is, who are eligible for it, and how people can benefit from it.
So work to residence is actually not a visa in itself.
Okay.
It's actually a type which has few visas. So basically जो work to residency है उसके अंदर you have SMC job search, which is one branch of the SMC visa. फिर उसके अंदर ATSSL work visa आता है, और जो third main category है वो visa की, that is the talent accredited visa.
Okay.
Now these are the three main visa categories that fall under the work to residency category.
Yeah.
अब इसमें और जो normal residency है उसमें main फ़र्क क्या है? फ़र्क ये है कि the main difference is that you get a work visa which is leading to the residency. So you are actually working. So basically जो work visas होते हैं, let's say post study employer assisted हो गया या essential skills हो गया, right? उसके अंदर का जो bona fide होता है, which is your intention, is still a temporary entrant.
Okay.
So when you apply for that visa, you still have to say that you are only intending to work here on a temporary basis, and then if the situation suits, then you can apply for a residency visa.
Yeah.
जबकि ये जो WTR category, which is work to residency category है, उसके अंदर your ultimate intention is residency.
Yeah.
और इसके अंदर जो मेन दो वीज़ा टाइप्स है जो काफ़ी पॉपुलर है, वन ऑफ देम इज़ द ATSSL वर्क वीज़ा, और दूसरा जो है वो टैलेंट अक्रेडिटेड वीज़ा है.
Okay.
ये दोनों वीज़ा में जो कॉमन चीज़ है वो इट्स ग्रांटेड फॉर अप टू 30 months. नाउ जो ATSSL वर्क वीज़ा है, दैट इज़ अ वीज़ा which is for people who will be working in an occupation. So they have to have a skilled employment, और ये skilled employment उस occupation में उसको होना चाहिए जो ATSSL list के अंदर fall करता है.
Okay.
So this is where the main confusion is. ज़्यादातर लोगों को जो confusion होता है वो इस बारे में होता है कि अगर उनका occupation ATSSL list के अंदर है, then they are eligible to apply for this visa.
Okay.
Which is only half the truth. The second half of the truth is that आपका occupation ATSSL list के अंदर होना ज़रूरी है, but at the same time ATSSL list का एक downloadable booklet जैसा आप कह सकते हो on the immigration website, जिसके अंदर occupation के next to it you have a requirement, additional requirement आप बोल सकते हो, जो हर एक occupation की अलग अलग है. सो लेट्स से दैट इफ आई एम अ शेफ जो LTSSL लिस्ट के अंदर है, तो उसके अंदर एक रिक्वायरमेंट जो है वो है क्वालिफिकेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट्स, दैट आई शुड हैव ए लेवल 4 कंपेरेबल कुकरी कोर्स जो न्यूजीलैंड की कुकरी से मैच होना चाहिए, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई शुड आल्सो हैव 5 years ऑफ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस।
ओके,
अब मेरे पास 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है बट मेरे पास क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं है, देन आई एम नॉट क्वालिफाइड टू अप्लाई फॉर दिस वीज़ा।
ओके,
सो बेसिकली करना क्या है कि इफ़ यू नो दैट योर ऑक्यूपेशन इज फॉलोइंग अंडर द LTSSL कैटेगरी, तो सेकेंड चीज़ दैट यू शुड डू इज़ आपको ये देखना है कि आप वो एडिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स मीट कर पाते हो कि नहीं कर पाते हो। If you are able to meet those additional requirements, then chances are that you are eligible for the LTSSL category visa. और अगर ये आपको वीज़ा मिलता है, let's say that if you are qualified and if you end up getting this visa, तो in most cases you'll get this visa for up to 30 months. Or at the end of showing the evidence that you have been working in this occupation for at least 2 years, which is in the LTSSL list, तो फिर आप रेसिडेंसी के लिए एप्लीकेशन डाल सकते हो, जिसके अंदर इंग्लिश की भी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी आगे। सो although the main thing is you have to show that your occupation is under the LTSSL list, and not only that, but you also fulfill the criteria that are given in that document.
Okay. All right. Before moving ahead, we will have to take a quick break here, just a minute break, and we will be back. So don't go anywhere. We will be just back in a minute and we'll discuss work to residence in detail more, and we'll take also your questions. So if you have any questions about work to residence visa, if you have any doubts, just post them in the comments below and we will request Samip to answer those right now, right here. We will join you after the break.
Willing to settle in New Zealand or Australia? Need to know the right visa options? Want to understand the visa criteria and procedure? Get complete assistance for New Zealand and Australia immigration from a licensed immigration advisor. Obtain trustworthy and accurate information at Aussizz Group Auckland. Also get the PD score you need with the expert PD coaching. If you are targeting a 65 plus or 79 plus each in PDE, we will help you achieve it. Do not delay any further. Visit us at or call us on +64 92 80 3500 or email us on nz@aussizz.com.
Welcome back after the break. This is Swati Sharma, and with me in studio we have Samip Shah from Aussizz Group New Zealand. So we just before the break we discussed the new proposed changes for immigration that were announced this weekend. और अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं वर्क टू रेजिडेंस वीज़ा के बारे में। ये क्या होता है, ब्रेक पे जाने से पहले समीप ने थोड़ा बताया इसके बारे में कि ये क्या वीज़ा है और कौन कौन लोग अप्लाई कर सकते हैं इस वीज़ा के लिए, इस कैटेगरी के लिए बेसिकली। सो वी वर डिस्कसिंग कि LTSS लिस्ट में ना सिर्फ जॉब होना चाहिए बल्कि क्वालिफिकेशन, दोनों चीजें जो है वो होना चाहिए।
LTSSL लिस्ट की जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स है वो एप्लीकेंट को मीट करनी पड़ेगी, एंड मोस्ट ऑफन ये जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स होती है दैट इज ए क्वालिफिकेशन एंड सम इयर्स ऑफ वर्क एक्सपीरियंस इन मोस्ट ऑक्यूपेशन। तो मोस्ट एप्लीकेशंस एज आई सेड बिफोर द ब्रेक के उनको जो कन्फ्यूजन होता है वो ये होता है कि अगर उनका ऑक्यूपेशन ये लिस्ट के अंदर है, then they feel that they are eligible to apply for this LTSSL category WTR visa, right? But इनको ये भी देखना पड़ेगा साथ में that along with having their occupation in the list, they should also be able to meet the criteria. So this is just one category of the WTR, which is work to residency. जो दूसरी category है वो talent accredited है. Now talent accredited visa जो है वो भी up to 30 months मिलता है. And what you have to prove is that you had been working for that employer for at least 2 years before you can actually apply for the residency.
2 years.
2 years. So same as LTSSL. So LTSSL में भी आपको ये एविडेंस शो करना पड़ेगा कि आप वो LTSSL लिस्ट के ऑक्यूपेशन में आप 2 साल काम कर रहे थे बिफोर यू कुड अप्लाई फॉर द रेसिडेंसी, और यहाँ पे आपको ये प्रूव करना है कि आप वो एम्प्लॉयर के साथ 2 साल तक हो who was accredited or who is accredited. Now इसके अंदर जो मेन कन्फ्यूजन है वो ऑब्वियसली अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल मे नो, बट इसके अंदर जो मेन क्राइटेरिया है दैट क्राइटेरिया इज दैट यू शुड बी पेड एटलीस्ट $55,000 $55,000. But the second main criteria is that your employment should be one of the main reasons for your employer to be in the business. So इसका एक simple example मैं आपको देता हूँ. Let's say कि मैं एक ट्रकिंग कंपनी है फॉर एग्जांपल, और उसका जो मेन बिजनेस है वो ट्रक का है जी, एंड इट्स एन एम्प्लॉयर हुज अक्रेडिटेड. अब वो कंपनी में अगर मैं असिस्टेंट मैनेजर की जॉब करता हूँ, देन इट इज नॉट, माय एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज नॉट द मेन रीजन फॉर द एम्प्लॉयर टू बी इन द बिजनेस. उनका मेन बिजनेस जो है वो ट्रकिंग का है, देन आई हैव टू बी वर्किंग एज अ ट्रक ड्राइवर फॉर एग्जांपल. सो this is
like अगर ट्रक ड्राइवर नहीं होंगे तो बिजनेस नहीं चलेगा. तो ऐसा होना चाहिए जॉब जिसके बिना बिजनेस नहीं चलेगा. लाइक अगर ये मीडिया हाउस है तो जर्नलिस्ट नहीं होंगे तो मीडिया हाउस नहीं चलेगा.
तो अगर लेट्स से कि अगर यू नो इफ media house is accredited for example, और अगर मैं वहाँ पे as an accountant काम कर रहा हूँ, then it's not going to work out because that's not the main reason for that business to exist in the first place. The main reason for that business to exist is because they can publish news.
Okay, so because that's the most popular category, what I'm going to talk about is the restaurants. So if we talk about restaurant, the main reason for being in business is like शेफ होना जरूरी है या फिर
that is up to the assessment of the officer, but let's say that you have to make sure that your employment is directly applicable to the business. So ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक ही ऑक्यूपेशन वो बिजनेस को एप्लीकेबल होता है. इट कुड बी मोर देन वन एम्प्लॉयमेंट दैट इज डायरेक्टली एप्लीकेबल टू दैट एम्प्लॉयमेंट, बट द criteria that one has to fulfill is they have to see whether this employment has direct relation to the employer or the employment rather. तो for the main reason for the business to be in, right? अगर वो नहीं है, then even though you may be working for a accredited employer and you may be getting paid $55,000 for example, but you may not be eligible to apply for this visa.
Alright, so what I've understood from our discussion is एक तो 55,000 का पैकेज होना ज़रूरी है, एम्प्लॉयर का एक्रेडिटेड होना ज़रूरी है, आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन और जॉब LTSS लिस्ट में होनी ज़रूरी है, या
that is different. So these are two different categories under WTR.
Oh, okay.
So ये जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ वो मैं टैलेंट एक्रेडिटेड की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Okay. So टैलेंट एक्रेडिटेशन में कोई भी ऑक्यूपेशन हो सकती है. इट्स नॉट ओनली बिकॉज देयर इज आल्सो परसेप्शन कि आर्ट्स की कैटेगरी में, आर्ट्स के फील्ड में जो लोग होते हैं singers वगैरह, उनके लिए ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
ऐसा नहीं है. So basically this has no list. There is no list like there is an LTSSL. But इसके अंदर ये बात है कि आपको जो भी जॉब ऑफर करता है जो एम्प्लॉयर, he has or she has to be, I mean it has to be accredited.
Okay.
और again as I said, जो main confusing point है, that is that the employment should be directly applicable to the
business
employer's reason to be in the business.
Okay. काफ़ी भारी भरकम, इसीलिए मुझे लगता है कि लोगों को समझ नहीं आता ज़्यादातर ये वीज़ा, क्योंकि इसमें काफ़ी ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीज़ें हैं.
There are three things, but if you really think about it, there are only three. I mean, main जो कैटेगरी जो वो तीन है. एक तो LTSSL हो गया, दूसरा टैलेंट एक्रेडिटेड हो गया, और तीसरा SMC जॉब सर्च है, which we'll talk about. But
okay.
These are the three main categories of the WTR.
एक क्वेश्चन जो हमारी बात करते दौरान मेरे दिमाग में आया है कि क्या इस कैटेगरी के लिए या वीज़ा के लिए सिर्फ वही लोग एलिजिबल हैं जिन्होंने यहाँ पर स्टडी की है and they've been working here, or anybody from overseas can also apply for this?
They can apply from overseas because see, let's say LTSSL, right? तो LTSSL के लिए again, when you talk about any visa except for SMC job search, ये जो दो मेन कैटेगरीज है उसके अंदर आपका जॉब होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, राइट? सो जो LTSSL लिस्ट है, दैट इज़ देयर फॉर अ रीजन, एंड इट इज़ देयर बिकॉज उनको पता है कि इसमें जितने भी ऑक्यूपेशन है वो हाई डिमांड में है. सो if the potential employee is able to show them the evidence that they qualify by the way of fulfilling the criteria that are given in the LTSSL list, then I don't see any reasons why they can't apply from outside of New Zealand.
Well, basically you just have to meet the criteria and be and you can be eligible. Okay, so moving on, because we are quite close to our time, we have some questions that I've got from our viewers. We'll quickly take a few of those questions. So, first question is from Darshan Jani. I'm currently on essential skilled worker visa as a position of electrical engineering draft person with company names. I think we should name the company. I don't know whether I'm eligible to get work to resident visa or not. Please help me. I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering degree from India and have 5 years experience from India. I got limited electrical engineer license as well from EWRB, and I'm working with Controls Plus for more than a year.
Okay, so good question, Darshan. So basically, see, electrical engineering draft person, I think it's not on the list. ATSSL list के अंदर नहीं है, but जो list के अंदर है वो electrical engineer hai. I think there is also a mention of electrical engineering technician, and there is also a mention of electrician, because you mentioned that you have a limited license, right? So the job that you have, you need to know what ANSCO code did you actually use when you actually applied for the visa. So अगर ये code वही कोड है जो ATSSL लिस्ट के अंदर है, then as I said, the first thing you need to check is whether you fulfill the criteria of the ATSSL. So let's say that if you have a job, let's say for example draft person तो नहीं है ATSSL लिस्ट के अंदर, but let's say that if you qualify as a electrical engineer technician, तो आपको ये देखना है कि उसके अंदर जो requirements है, and one of the requirements could be that you need a bachelor degree, जो शायद आपके पास है, और उसके साथ साथ शायद वर्क एक्सपीरियंस की भी ज़रूरत हो. एंड लेट्स से दैट इफ यू आर एबल टू फुलफिल दोज क्राइटेरिया, देन दिस इज अ बिग स्टेप फॉरवर्ड टुवर्ड्स मेकिंग श्योर दैट यू हैव एलिजिबिलिटी working out for you to apply for this visa.
Well, I think he needs to discuss this in person with you, Sudarshan. You can always contact Aussizz team on their number, which is 0800 287749, and talk to Samip in detail about your case. So we'll take the next question. Ash Gupta has this question. I am on employer assisted visa which will end next year April. Currently I am working with accredited employer as assistant manager. Can I get my visa extended again at the same position and at the same position? She lives in Christchurch, and will she get any advantage of Canterbury region?
Look, I think आपका जो फ़िलहाल जो सिचुएशन है उसके अंदर, even though you are working for an accredited employer, the first thing you have to identify is whether your employment is directly applicable to the business. If it's
the reason to be in the business.
The reason to be in the business, is it existing because of the position that you have directly? अगर नहीं है, then because you're on employer assisted visa, you can see whether you qualify for an essential skills, which could be the next move for you.
Okay, from that I got a question which I can't see right now. So someone was asking after the essential skill visa, is there any other option to get another visa, which I think we've discussed in a previous episode, but you can renew your essential skill visa.
Yes, you can. So basically असेंशियल स्किल्स वीज़ा में जो फ़िलहाल के रूल्स के मुताबिक जो मिड स्किल और हाई स्किल कैटेगरी की जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट है उसमें यू हैव रिन्यूअल ऑप्शंस. इवन फॉर द लोअर स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयमेंट you have an option to renew it for up to 3 times, but the only thing is lower skill band की जो employment है उसके अंदर you can only get the visa for up to 1 year.
Okay, yeah. Well, जो लास्ट हम क्वेश्चन ले रहे थे उससे एक क्वेश्चन मेरे माइंड में आया था कि कौन सी मोस्ट पॉपुलर कैटेगरीज हैं LTSS लिस्ट में जिसमें ज़्यादातर जो माइग्रेंट्स हैं वो आते हैं. इफ़ यू कैन नेम अ फ्यू.
श्योर. सो लुक, इंजीनियरिंग इज़ अ ह्यूज कंपोनेंट ऑफ द LTSSL. काफ़ी सारी इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्रीज है जो इट्स द एंटायर लिस्ट. इफ़ यू रियली take down the proportion, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा you'll find that the engineering degrees exist. इसके बाद ICT is also one area where people explore a lot of options. ICT के अंदर अलग अलग categories है. Another popular one is chef, but chef में problem क्या होता है that they have a very specific requirement that not only your qualification needs to be level 4 comparable to level 4 cookery course, but they have a specific requirement that this cookery course should be comparable to it should be suited to markets in New Zealand in a way. और उसके साथ साथ you need a 5 years experience as well. Chef के लिए for example, procurement manager is one occupation that was recently added.
Okay.
But उसमें भी if you really see, they have a very specific qualification requirements. So this is where the most research or most diligence needs to be done. It's not to see whether your occupation is in the list, but it is very important to see whether you meet the requirements that are specified. So it has to be meeting the specific requirements of the occupation.
All right. So I'll quickly move on to the next question because as usual we're flooded with the question now suddenly. Okay, so this question is from Avneet. I've done business in leadership and management level 5 and 6 in Christchurch. I'm on job search visa right now and doing a job as duty manager in liquor industry. Which further visa is good for me, essential or employer assisted? I think duty manager comes in school level 3. Which pay rate I need for my further visa?
Okay, so the first thing आपको ये जानना ज़रूरी है कि if you're thinking about applying for a post study employer assisted, then we have to make sure that your duties that you conduct as a duty manager are directly related to the the education that you have in New Zealand. Now, as the main rule goes for the post study employer assisted visa is that the education should be the prime criteria for you to get the job. So अगर आपकी duties directly applicable है to the job that you're doing, then आप employer assisted के लिए ज़्यादा research कर सकते हो. We can look into it for you. But if you think that you are qualified to do the job, but not qualified by the New Zealand studies, but qualified like let's say past experience की वजह से या फिर किसी और qualification की वजह से जो आपने New Zealand में obtain नहीं किया है, then you can think about applying for an essential
skill visa. He's also asked a question, according to new rules, if I study again level 7, can I get 3 years of job search visa? Avneet, I think we are still waiting for those rules to be implemented. We cannot say for sure how those rules are going to come into effect in August.
But the main thing you need to know, if you're thinking about studying again, then the degree level courses will always have more importance than the non-degree level courses. Or degree level courses में जो minimum requirement होता है, that is a 2-year study.
Okay. So the next question is from I don't know if it's a funny question or it's a serious question. You'll have to decide. It's from Achira Kalhara. I need to know if someone is convicted in drink driving, can he apply for work visa?
Look, it's at the discretion. So obviously the character is one of the requirements when you apply for most of the visas. I think all the visas, but there are few waivers available, but ये waivers भी discretion पे आते हैं. तो basically it is not yes or no question, it is really a judgmental question. It gets decided when your application is with the case officer. So
well, okay, we can't really say much about that. Okay, I will move on to the next question. Is from Gurpreet Singh. Will retail manager experience be counted as SMC experience? Reapply for essential skill visa can be done under the same employer where we have already assisted for visa. I really didn't understand the question quite well. Can we apply any visa after essential skills? If not, what options are there? I think that's the question.
So essential
that we discussed.
Skills,
Okay. So Veerpal Kaur is asking, what about registered nurses? Do we need offer letter from employer for work visa?
Yes. So any visas at present, the current settings are that if you are thinking about applying for a work visa or residency visa, you need an employment.
Okay. So Jayashri has a question. Can I consider an electrical apprentice position as a job under skill shortage list? Electrical trades work is in long-term shortage list. So does this fall under that?
So if you're talking about electrician in specific,
electrical apprentice position.
So basically, look, I mean, as I said, जो सबसे पहले आपको चेक करना है वो आई थिंक यू डन योर रिसर्च बाय मेकिंग श्योर दैट योर द ऑक्यूपेशन दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू अप्लाई अंडर इज इन द LTSSL लिस्ट. अब आपको ये चीज़ चेक करनी है कि वो जो ऑक्यूपेशन है उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट, स्पेसिफिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स जो वो डॉक्यूमेंट के अंदर है, क्या वो आप मीट करती है कि नहीं करती है. And if you are, let's say if it's electrician for example, then I think one of the requirement is that you need at least a limited license.
So basically your job duties that you do should match the description that is
LTSSL mein basically what happens when you apply, when you search for this visa on the INZ website, the LTSSL list is actually a downloadable 2 to 3 page document, right? और ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट है इसका जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो ऐसा है दैट ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड यू हैव ऑल द ऑक्यूपेशंस with their respective ANSCO code, and on the right they have the specific requirements that they need to one needs to have to be able to qualify under that occupation.
Right.
So let's say that if he say electrician, तो electrician के बाजू में they'll have the requirements.
बाजू में.
So sorry. But they'll have the requirements. So let's say that one of the requirement is that the electrician needs to have a limited license. Then all you have to make sure is, do you have a limited license? And if you do, then this is one step closer to applying for LTSSL.
Absolutely. Okay. I think Jayashree, that would have answered your questions. If not, you can definitely contact Samip on the number that is mentioned in the description below. All right, we'll take the next question. Hi, I'm working with a credited employer in truck driver of class 4 and my pay rate is 24.50 gross $40 hour. And I'm still on job search visa, and my question is that is any position required, and like if I got job offer for $26.50 of 35 hour, and can I then apply for work to residence?
So that's actually a good question. So basically, agar let's say that there's a accredited employer is happens to be in the business of truck driving, for example, तो फिर आपको दो चीज़ों पे ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. The very first thing is, are you getting paid $55,000 on an annual basis? At a full time, on a full time work, is your employment for with a minimum period of 2 years, right? And the third thing is that whether you're qualified to do this job. So whether you need a class 4 or class 5, that really depends. और अगर आप ये पोजीशन में अभी फिलहाल काम कर रहे हो with an accredited employer, then chances are that you are qualified for the job anyway. So अब आपको सिर्फ ये चीज़ determine करनी है that your package is at the minimum threshold level, and if everything else works fine, then you could be eligible to apply for a WTI category.
All right. Quickly moving on to the next question. I have a full-time 1 year's master from UK. Do I need to give English test when applying for residency?
That really depends on So basically, it depends on which citizenship, which country's citizenship you have.
So basically, they count on the basis of your first language.
First language. But look, I mean, I'll have to check the exact requirements. But there are some exemptions. But the main exemption are there that you have to have a study in New Zealand. So if that becomes the case, then if you, let's say that if you have a study from New Zealand, which is above level 8, then you don't have to have an English requirement. But there are some countries which are also included, just like New Zealand is. And if your institution happens to be in that list, then you could be exempt from the English language.
Okay. So the next question is from Mayur Sabharwal. I worked for an American firm from Indian office as a lead of tech operations in IT. Can I claim points for the work experience in my residence application?
Look, if the head office is based in US, then yes, there is a good possibility that you can claim experience points. If you have, this is so you only need to worry about this when you actually don't have a skilled employment in New Zealand. So अगर आपके पास न्यूजीलैंड में कोई skilled employment नहीं है, only then आपको ये चीज़ का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि आप जिस कंट्री से या जिस एम्प्लॉयर से आप वर्क एक्सपीरियंस पॉइंट्स क्लेम करना चाहते हो, वो comparable labor market list के अंदर है. But let's say that if you have a skilled employment here in New Zealand, तो फिर आप इंडिया का एक्सपीरियंस भी क्लेम कर पाओगे, regardless of whether that company's head office is situated in US or not.
Okay, I'll take a question that was received by us on our Facebook page. She doesn't want to be named. I'm working as a graphic designer and I've got 3 years essential skilled work visa with 1 year of New Zealand based experience. I want to know if I can go for residency now or will I need to wait for another year?
Look, I think you have to check the eligibility to see whether you qualify as an animator, from what I understand. Now, animator में, as far as I know, there is a very specific requirement. So 5 साल का experience चाहिए, but 5 साल के experience के अंदर भी they're very specific. And one of the specification is that you need to have some level of experience with a software called MAYA. And they have to have some years of experience, like 2 years of minimum experience. But there is a requirement of a minimum 5 years experience if you're thinking about applying as an animator.
Okay. So the next question is from Rubina. I will be completing total 3 years of work experience, 2 years in New Zealand and 1 year in India in November as IT support, and my post-study work visa is going to expire in March. As ICT is in long-term skill shortage list, can I get LTSS work visa from ongoing IT job or will I need a new job contract?
So, Rubina, basically, I think you mean ICT customer service officer. Yes. It is in the LTSSL list. Now, that is one step. The second step is to see whether you meet the requirements. So as you have 3 years experience, I think you meet one of the experience requirements. अब आपको ये चीज़ check करनी है कि वहाँ पे the list of qualifications that they have, do you meet those qualification requirement as well? And let's say that if you do, then you'll have to apply for this visa on the basis that you meet all the other criteria of this visa as well.
Okay, so the next question is from Joshi Mani. After essential skill visa, can we apply for residence visa as the occupation is chef, the party level?
Yes, if you meet the 160 points and if your employment is skilled. So basically one of the requirements for the employment to be skilled is you have to be paid a minimum of 24-29 per hour on a full-time basis.
Right, okay. How much experience do we require to qualify for points for SMC for a civil engineer? Gurpreet Man.
Same as others. So like Australia, यहाँ पे occupational basis पे there is no cutoff decided. So whether you are a civil engineer or whether you are an accountant, it's regardless of your occupation, your current points in which you are expected to receive an invitation is 160 points.
Okay. I have studied level 7 management. Can I study level 7 or above in mechanical engineering and get 3 years open visa?
Again, you have to ask your college or institutions through which you're trying to apply for this course and see if it's a degree level course. Now, this is if the changes are implemented.
Yeah.
Yes.
So see, some don't want to wait for the changes to be implemented and want to go and apply for the visa, but some would have to wait if they want to get
get a certain answer.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. So the next question is from Lucky Reddy Prabhakar Reddy. If I have a company work visa, after some times I got another position, but at the same time I wouldn't apply for VOC. What is our next step? Do we need to apply for VOC now or we need to apply for a new work visa on the new position with the new agreement?
Look, to answer your question in short, you should have applied for VOC when you decided to change your employment. Although, if you've not done so, then the first thing you need to do is to apply for a VOC, given that you still have a lot of time left on your current visa.
Yeah.
But let's say that if you are in a situation where you've only got like 10 days left before your current visa expires, then you need to declare that you did not apply for a VOC.
Okay.
And then apply for the new visa at the same time. At the time of making the new application for the visa. But in any given circumstances, you should tell the immigration that you had missed out on applying for a VOC when you change your employment.
And you must apply for a VOC when your position is changed, even if you are in the same company.
Absolutely.
Right. The next question is, are there any rules for caregivers, or what are the options, visa options for the caregivers?
So basically, in terms of what you can do, अगर आप वर्क वीज़ा के लिए या SMC के लिए एप्लीकेशन डालने की सोच रहे हो, that basically all the occupations have to go through the same channel. And the only difference is, let's say that if you have done or if you are currently in an occupation which is in the LTSSL list,
yes,
then you have to make sure that you fulfill the criteria. तो शायद आपके लिए एक अलग pathway residency के लिए, but for most occupations your pathway is through skilled migrant category.
Okay, so this question is from Hardeep Singh. He says, I watch your shows on immigration. There are so many questions because immigration makes rules so fast, and we are unable to understand the previous one, and they introduce another one. So, well, he has a few questions. Is there any positive impact of the new rules on the current immigrants?
I think there is. Those who are here to do or those who are here to take high quality education, I think they've benefited. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं जो students यहाँ पे degree level courses करने के लिए आए हैं, उनको benefit मिलेगा. But at the same time, I also think that अगर ये rules change होते भी है, then they have a mention where those who have not done a non-degree, I mean those who have not done a course that is a non-degree, right? तो उनके लिए भी शायद कुछ ना कुछ ऑप्शन रहेगा उनकी नॉन डिग्री लेवल कोर्स को डिग्री लेवल कोर्स में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए, सो दैट दे कैन लेटर अप्लाई फॉर 3 years वीज़ा. और एक बहुत अच्छी चीज़ ये है ये चेंजेस में व्हिच आई सी इज द रेलेवेंस फैक्टर जो काफ़ी लोगों के लिए मुश्किल था टू फाइंड ए स्पेसिफिक एम्प्लॉयमेंट फ्रॉम देयर कोर्स ऑफ स्टडी. If they're able to get rid of that factor itself.
But why would they? They would still need to work in their in the field that they've studied for.
See, जो post
I mean, they might remove the condition that they have to work for a specific employer, but they would still need to work in the same field.
जहाँ तक ये proposals की बात है, one of the changes that they're actually trying to bring, और ये employer assisted visa निकालने का main कारण यही है that they want to get rid of this relevance factor, because even though it sounds very good in textbooks, that you have to have practical experience and from the course of studies, it was subject to a lot of exploitations. So basically the visa did not actually have or did not work as it was intended to work. So basically अगर ये rule निकलता है and we don't know कि 3 साल का वीज़ा कैसे मिलेगा, whether you need an employment or whether it's an open search visa. अगर employment की ज़रूरत भी है और अगर ये rule नहीं है, then there is a lot of stress taken from the students. After having invested 2 years, after having invested so much money, if you are given an option where even if you have to take an employment which is not so strict as it was before, then you have an option to work here for 3 years.
Absolutely. So we'll have to wait till August to see what comes. So the second question that Hardeep has sent is what the criteria for residency is now. I think it's the same.
It's the
so
same.
Far,
so
it's the same. 160 point minimum income threshold, the same. Third question is people living outside Auckland, like in Christchurch, have any option to settle down?
So the main benefit for people who are residing outside of Auckland and if they're eligible to apply for an SMC is उनको 30 point extra मिल रहे हैं. और ज़्यादातर these 30 points are very helpful because what we've noticed is the group of people who are eligible to apply for this visa has 30 points for their age. This is for majority of the group of people, right? उनको उनकी एम्प्लॉयमेंट में से 50 पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं, स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयमेंट में से, और उनको उनके एजुकेशन के ज़्यादातर लोगों को 50 पॉइंट्स मिलते हैं. सो दे स्टॉप एट 130. और दिस 30 पॉइंट्स इज अ वेरी गुड बूस्ट फॉर पीपल टू रीच अ मिनिमम थ्रेशोल्ड विदाउट क्लेमिंग एनी एक्सपीरियंस पॉइंट्स. सो आई मीन पीपल लिविंग आउटसाइड ऑफ ऑकलैंड, they've got a very good design. I mean, I have to say that immigration has a very good rule where they are credited for going out of Auckland and finding work. This way they're not only trying to take some stress away from Auckland city itself, but they're also helping a lot to develop other cities and helping migrants at the same time.
Exactly, I agree. So the next question is given is just like if we put level 8 study now, should I get 3-year open work permit? So we still have to wait till the rules are implemented. Fifth question is, if they are demolishing the employer's assisted visa, how we get residency? We will have to wait and see how they're going to bring these rules. So now what happens if a person is working for a company for 3 years and in the end the employer said, I can't help in residency, what can we do? So Hardeep, we will have to wait till the rules are actually implemented, or at least after the consultation is done. Then only we can get an idea. I think the essential skill visa will stay.
I mean, again, it is going to be labor market tested, the essential. But again, as you mentioned, you still have a lot of time. So if you are concerned about your situation, I think, and a lot of people will be.
Obviously.
If I was in that situation, I would be panicking right now. But you have a good chance to go and put your feedback in that consultation and just give good reasons as to why you feel that this should not happen or this should happen.
Absolutely. So I think we are way above our time. I won't be able to take all the questions that you guys are sending right now. I'm sorry about that, guys, but you can feel free to send that to Samip. You can contact him on 0800 287749, or how they can email you. NZ.
So NZ at Aussizz, so spelled AUSSIZZ.com. And we can help you over the phone, or we can have an appointment.
You can mention Indian Weekender in the subject line, so we will force Samip to quickly take a look at your questions. So guys, we won't be able to take any more questions right now, but regarding the new rules that are coming, we would say do not panic. There is no need to panic just as of now. There is consultation that is going on. You have to have your say on those proposed rules. आप जाइए, अपना मत रखिए, आप उन रूल्स को, उन लॉज को सपोर्ट करते हैं या नहीं करते हैं, आप वो बताइए गवर्नमेंट की वेबसाइट पर जाकर, ताकि वो जो रूल्स हैं वो उस हिसाब से ही फिर जो है आगे इम्प्लीमेंट किए जाएंगे. इफ देयर इज मेजॉरिटी सपोर्ट towards that rule, only then they will be implemented. और जितने rules propose किए गए हैं उन सभी में आप individually vote कर सकते हैं कि if you support that or you don't support that, and if you don't support that, you must give a reason why you don't support it, and it has to be a logical explanation of your answer. So guys, do not panic. I would like to thank you, Samip.
Thank you.
आज हमने काफ़ी ज़्यादा डिस्कशन कर ली, 2 different topics पे हमने समीप को पकड़ लिया और घेर लिया, और I think it was a good discussion.
It was, and I'd like to thank the viewers as well who who have been watching us and following us all the way along.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. इतने लंबे समय के लिए हमारे साथ जुड़े रहने के लिए thank you so much. And this was Immigration Now episode 5. If you have any more questions, or if your questions weren't answered, you can send them to Aussizz team on nz@aussizz.com.
Yes, that's correct.
AUSSIZZ.com पर आप email कर सकते हैं, या फिर you can call them on 0800 287749. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We will catch you next week, same day, same time. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned to Indian Weekender. Thank you, Samip.
Thank you, Swati.